Hey, L'chaim, getting ready for Shabbos right here with a little bit of L'chaim. I wanted to share a Dvar Torah with all of you. Baruch atah, Baruch atah, Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'achanu b'dvarei. L'chaim, to good health and happiness. So this week's Torah portion is a double portion. It's a portion of Tazria and Metzora, which speaks about the ancient form of leprosy, which would appear on people's skin when they spoke gossip and evil about others. And in fact, the Torah tells us that if they had this white patch that would form on the skin, they would be quarantined. And the Kohen would come and he would see it. And he would see the white patch, and then he would look at it, and he would say if it's pure or impure. And if it was leprosy, then they would be quarantined from the community for 7 days. And these 7 days really not so much as a punishment, but as something to give them the opportunity to think about the consequences of their words, to think about the people they impacted, they hurt, they offended, they ashamed in public. The rabbis tell us, if you shame someone in public, you have no portion in the world to come. It's the harshest thing. But interestingly enough, the verse says like this, that the Kohen would see him, and then the Kohen would see the nega, the white form of patch, and then he would see him again. And the question is why it says V'ra'o HaKohen, the Kohen would see him twice. And the rabbis say, the Meshech Chochmah brings us down a very powerful, profound message. They say, you see, you look at the person first, and you see the white patch. But before you could tell this person that he's impure, before you could deem someone impure, you have to look at him as a person. You have to see where he comes from. You have to see the challenges he's been through. You have to see the circumstances of his upbringing. You have to see the turmoil of his soul. You see, because when you see a person and you just see the surface and you see the white patch, it's easy to say impure. But the moment you look a little deeper, and the moment you're able to see the person's soul, the person's pain, then you judge him differently. You know, one of the harshest things is when we talk evil about people. For some reason, people have a tendency that when they speak evil about someone else, or when they speak gossip about somebody else, or about somebody else's trials and tribulations, or misgivings, or things that they actually did wrong, then it makes them feel better, it makes them feel greater. There's an old anecdote of the Rebbe Marash, the 5th Chabad Rebbe, and his sons were playing together, and one was going to be a Rebbe, and one was going to be the disciple, the pupil. They were young kids, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the one who was going to be the Rebbe took his brother and he pushed him into a little ditch, so he should be lower and the Rebbe should be higher, and then you come up to him. And his father saw this in the window, and his father comes to him and looks at him, and his father says, let me teach you a lesson for life. He says, son, if you want to be taller than someone else, don't push them down, just stand on a chair. It's a lesson that I think about a lot, because most of the time our tendency is that when we want to stand tall, we do it by pushing someone else down. And the word Lashon Hara actually means true talk. It's not lies, it's true, but it's gossip, it's hurtful, it's painful. And the Torah is trying to lift us to a level where we get our joy and we get our satisfaction and we feel greater from helping someone else, not from hurting someone else. It's easy to judge someone when you're not in their shoes, because it's always easy to explain why you didn't do something or why you are right. But when it's someone else, we don't give them that judgment. And that's why the Torah warns us harshly against speaking evil. And the Torah tells us, be gentle the way you speak about someone, even if they're wrong. See their circumstances, see why they did it. Bring them closer, lift them up instead of bringing yourself down. You know, Sapir Cohen, who was released after 55 days of captivity, and her boyfriend, Sasha, you know, they were talking, and they were just talking at this Yom HaZikaron, the IDF event for those who were killed, 25,000 soldiers, and he said something remarkable. He said that when the Gilad Shalit happened in 2014, I don't remember when it was, when they let out 1,000 prisoners for one Gilad Shalit, Sasha said he looked at his family, he said, listen, I want to tell you two things. If they ever try to kidnap me, I will fight and fight till I'm killed, but I will never let them kidnap me. And the second thing is, don't you ever try to ransom me from terrorists, even for one person. Don't give up any terrorist to get me out. And he said, look at me now. Here I am. I was taken into captivity. I couldn't fight back. And I was ransomed out for prisoners, for terrorists, for murderers. And he said it taught him something very powerful. What did it teach him? It taught him that it's easy to judge someone else until you're in their position, until you're in their circumstances. And that's what the Torah is trying to tell us with the double verse, Vira'o HaKohen. The Kohen has to see him twice. First you have to see the actual formation of this leprosy, but then you have to see the soul. You have to see the pain, the challenges, the restraints, the circumstances, before you're able to deem him impure. I think it's a vital lesson for us as we move forward as a people, as a nation, as a country of America even. Everyone's pointing at the other ones, but we have to be able to be sensitive and gentle and not to judge someone if we're not in their shoes. L'chaim, may it be a beautiful Shabbos to each and every one of you. It's great to be back in Boston. The weather's so beautiful. And may Hashem bless each and every one of you with happiness and joy and positivity all the days of your life.